Joe. Joe. You want to stay here? Namaste. Today we're going to practice 20 minutes vinyasa flow with the intention of enjoying the process. So I will be cueing to most levels from beginner to advanced. So take whatever resonates and then ignore whatever doesn't resonate. So enjoy and accept and find santosha or contentment with wherever we are today in our practice. That's what our practice is for today, at least. And so I will move at a relatively quicker pace. That is, I won't be cueing every single posture. So if you are looking for a more moderate pace and or looking for more instruction and alignment cues, then please either slow down the video or check out some of my other videos in which I do cue more of the postures. And yeah, props aren't necessary as per usual, but I will cue to them for certain postures in case you would like to use them. With that said, let's begin. Samastitihi. Draw your hands to your heart center. Roll your shoulders down and away from your ears. And eyes can be either closed or open. Gaze to the tip of your nose. And start to tune into your breath, engaging Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is victorious breath. You're breathing with sound. So that throughout our process, no matter how far or not far you go in your postures, as long as you can hear your breath and you're present and conscious of it, you're victorious. Inhale for Om. Om. Surya Namaskar. A, Sun A. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your hands wide and up. Touch your palms, look up. Exhale, fold over your legs, empty the breath. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga, low plank. You can use your knees or skip. Inhale, upward facing dog. Strong back legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. 1, gaze towards your belly, lengthen your arms. 2, keep lifting through your sit bones. And 3, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to the top. Forward fold. Look up halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, root to rise tall, mountain pose. Look up. Samastitihi, exhale. Second one, Sun B. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees. At the same time, reach your hands high. Exhale, fold over your legs. Let it go. Look up halfway. Inhale. Vinyasa. Exhale. Step or jump back. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Step your right leg forward. Root your left heel as you inhale. Lift up, warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga, low plank. Use your full exhales. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog. Inhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. Exhale. Step your left leg forward. Root your right heel. As you inhale, lift up. 1 breath, 1 movement. Exhale, Chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. As you exhale, bend your knee. Stack your right hip over the left. Notice your shoulders. Keep them leveled as in your down dog, and stretch your hips. Inhale, re-extend your left heel, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot between your palms. Separate your feet so they're hip width distance or wider, and then lift up to high crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Start with a gentle bend in your back knee. while pressing into your back heel, and then lock your belly in to level off the hips. And slowly straighten your back leg. Inhale. Exhale. Fly the arms back, chest forward, low crescent lunge. Interlace your fingers behind you, and then perhaps hop your back foot slightly in, lean into your left leg, and then lift off into an airplane, bounded airplane. Either flex or point your ankle, just make a choice. Keep pressing evenly into your left foot. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend your left knee, land your left toes out, and then expand open into a star pose. Shake it out. Sorry, the right leg. Shake it out, let it go. Enjoy. And then have a seat into our horse/goddess squat. Get situated into your knees and your heels. And then find balance in the center of your heels. Imagine there's a string supporting the crown of your head towards the sky. And then inhale, lift 1 inch. Exhale, sink 2 inches. Again, inhale, lift 1. Exhale, sink 2. And last, in and out. Star pose, burst open. As you exhale, point your toes in. Draw your hands to your hips. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs. Prasarita Paratanasana. Hands can either stay on your hips or place your hands in line with your feet. Keep lifting through your sit bones and gaze to the tip of your nose. Stretch your legs. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, pivot towards your left leg, so towards the back of your mat. Find a lunge, and then move through your vinyasa. So this next time, we're going to be facing away. So if you're facing away from your screen, just trust yourself that you can listen, and you've done the postures already on one side. So you got this. If anything, just turn your screen or turn around. Other side, lift your left leg up towards the sky. Inhale. 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bend your knees, scorpion dog. Stack your left hip over the right. Sink down into your right heel. Stretch your hips. And then inhale, re-extend your left heel, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step your foot between your palms. Again, setting your feet up so they're hip width distance. Once you have that foundation, then inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana, high crescent. Again, neutralize the hips, bending the back knee slightly. Think mountain in your upper body. And then start to slowly straighten your back leg. Lengthen your arms back for low crescent lunge. Chest forward, think cobra in the chest. Interlace your fingers behind. You can use a strap here as well. And then perhaps hop your back foot a few inches in and then lean into your left leg so much that you can lift your right leg for bound airplane. Again, either flex or point your ankle. And gaze slightly forward onto your mat. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend your left knee, land your right toes out, and then release the bind, star pose. Shake it out, let that go. We made it. And then have a seat into our horse squat. Try to find sort of like not quite towards the same depth as we got to the other side, but lower than the start. And then take a lotus mudra, so touch your palms together. Keep the thumbs and the pinkies touching as you open your other 6 fingers like petals. Draw it to your heart. And then lean into your right leg. Lift your left toes up and extend your right hand. Good. And then inhale, return back to center and switch. Lean into your left leg. Lift the right toes. Extend your left hand. Breath to movement. Inhale, center. Exhale, switch. Moving with the breath, smooth. Just like lotus flower, maneuvering through its circumstances with grace and purity. Good. One more each side, please. Return your hands to heart center. Straighten the legs. Reach your lotus up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your hips. Point your toes in. And then again, another inhale. Exhale, fold over your legs. Brasarita. Same options. Hands can stay on the hips. You can reach for your calves, ankles, or feet. Option 4, headstand. 5 to 6 breaths. Just be where we are. Just know that even in your fold, we're all inverted. Last 3, 2, and 1. Return back down, and then inhale, half a lift through the spine, and exhale, pivot towards your right leg now, the back of your front of your mat now, and then move through your vinyasa. What is front, back, side to side? No, it's all relative. All right, downward facing dog. Exhale. Look forward, step or jump to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Chair pose. Utkatasana, sit down. Inhale, reach your hands up. Keep breathing here. And exhale, reach your hands back for a chair plane. Okay, you can always draw your feet hip width distance if that feels more supportive for your back. But if it's okay, draw your big toes to touch and squeeze and hug your inner thighs in, sort of like internally rotating your inner thighs in. And then interlace your fingers behind you for chest expansion. Again, you can use a strap. Puff up through the chest. And then either stay here or begin to lean your way into the ball mounts of your feet. Spread your toes wide and perhaps lift your heels. Yes, squeeze the ankles, squeeze your legs in towards your midline. Gaze as softly towards the top of your mat. Here for 3, drinking bird, 2, and 1. Ground your heels down, release the bind, and then inhale, come up to mountain pose. Exhale, Samastitihi. Very good. So let's do a few more balancing, leaning into your right leg. One-legged mountain pose. Inhale, lift your left leg, reach your hands up. Inhale. Exhale, standing figure 4. Hook your left ankle outside of your right knee. Draw your hands to your heart center. Okay, 5 to 6 breaths. You can either stay here. You can rest your hands down onto blocks or your mat. Or, if you're up for it today, flying pigeon. Draw your left knee onto your left elbow. Bend your elbows back like chaturanga. And hook your left foot outside of your right elbow. Lean forward, look forward to go forward, and maybe float your right heel. Maybe even straighten it out. Can I do it today? Ooh, doing it today. And then everyone return back down into, or back up rather, to your standing figure 4. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Exhale, Samastitihi. Ooh, I'm sweating. Other side, one-legged mountain, lean into your left leg. Inhale, lift your right knee, lift your hands up. Inhale. Exhale, standing figure 4, hook your right ankle outside of your left knee. Sit back into a chair pose. So your left leg's in a chair pose, stretching through our outer right hip. 5 to 6 breaths. You can either stay here or hands down to block or mat, or flying pigeon. Plant your palms, bend your elbows back. Elbows are sort of like shelves for your knee, your right knee and your right foot. Look forward, you can stay here, or maybe lift your left toes and or straighten. Oh, this side's harder for me. Oh, okay. All right. Be where you're at and then return everyone to standing figure 4. Inhale, lift up. Samastitihi, exhale. Nice work. Let's flow back down to the mats. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, fold. Look up halfway, inhale. Vinyasa, exhale. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, exhale, downward dog. Step your right leg forward. Lower your back knee, untuck your toes. And then find a quad stretch. So lean into your hips and then open twist towards your right side. You can stay here. You can even place a blanket underneath your left knee. I would use it, but he's half on the blanket. I don't want to disturb him. This is good stretch in itself, or you can bend your left knee and reach back for your foot. Okay, as long as you feel stretch in your hips, you're good. Relax where you can. Staying with the breath. And if you have the foot, release the foot. Thank you, foot. See you later. And then take half splits. Lengthen your right leg, flex through your ankle, and then keep the chest forward, just like as if you're in a halfway lift. It's a neat place for blocks. And then energetically drag your right heel back without moving it, stretching the back of your right leg. And then either stay here or point your toes and then come into a full split. Slide your right heel forward. You can use your blocks on the high settings to help lift your spine. You can also place a block underneath your hip, hands to heart center. Last 3. Breathe into your hips, surrender. 2. And 1. If you're in full splits, return to half splits. Everyone, rebend your front knee and step back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Step your left leg forward, lower down to your back knee, untuck your toes, and then sink your hips down. Okay, be kind to your knees, so if you'd like a blanket or pillow, do so. Quad stretch. Open twist to your left side, look up. And then you can stay here if it feels okay. Option to bend your knee and reach back for your foot. If you have the foot, great. If not, also great. Again, just honor and be wherever you are. No one's judging you. At least I'm not judging you. And find stretch into your right hip and perhaps even your left shoulder. Good. If you have the foot, release the foot. Thank you, foot. And take a half split. Lengthen your left leg. Flex the ankle and then send your chest forward just like cobra back. Breathe deep into the back of your left leg. You can stay here or take full splits. Point your toes, slide your left heel forward, and then sink down. Either staying up on your blocks, sitting on your block, or no block. Okay. Surrender into the hips, stretch. Know that change is happening. Thank you. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Half or full splits. Return to half splits. Everyone rebend your knee and then step back to downward facing dog. Exhale. Look forward, step or jump through to a seat. And we'll take a quick wide straddle stretch. So option to sit on a blanket or a block, okay, especially if you have extra tight hips or in your groin. Okay. Then if you can reach your feet, reach your feet. Otherwise, hands can stay forward. Lengthen the spine and then tilt forward. So perhaps you only go this far. That's okay. I don't mean to downplay it, like only go that far. No, that's perfectly fine as long as you feel the stretch in your legs, right? You can lower down to a block, maybe even a block on your forehead, or all the way down to the chest eventually. Just take full exhales. Getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Building that mental resilience and fortitude to overcome challenges. One more exhale. Good, and then walk your hands back up towards your hips. And then let's try this. I learned this from my teacher, Jürgen. It took me maybe over a year practicing with him to finally get it. So if you don't get it today, I might not even get it today. That's okay. So grab your big toes with your peace fingers, round your spine forward, and this is more momentum than strength. So you might need to lean forward and then lift up. Oh, I actually got it. All right, some days I do, some days I don't. Try it a few times, even if you lift a half millimeter. Good. After 2 to 3 times, then you can bend your knees, reach for the sides of your feet, and then stretch out. Or you can keep your knees bent like a balancing happy baby. Okay, send your chest up towards the sky, look up, here for 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees and sit down. Good, let's do Ardha Matsyendrasana. So bend your left knee underneath, so your left heel's towards your right hip, and then cross your right foot outside of your left knee. Good option to keep your bottom leg extended, if that's more sustainable. And then inhale, lift your left arm. Exhale, twist towards the right side. Look over your right shoulder. Option to extend the hand out. Option for a half or a full bind. Okay, this is all just extra. Wherever you are, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. One more inhale. And exhale, release. And change. So switch the legs. Bend your left knee, your right knee, underneath, drawing your right heel. Just switch the legs. Sorry. And then the right foot crosses outside the left knee, or the left foot crosses out the right knee. I'm trying to mirror here. All right, anyways, we'll let that go. Extend your right hand towards the sky and then twist towards your left side. As long as you're finding some sort of twist, you're good. Look over your left shoulder as you inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, twist. Option to extend the left arm, the right arm. Option to find half or full bind. Good. Inhale here. And exhale, release the twist. Release the legs, shake them out. And then find your way into Shavasana. Lay down. You can set up props, perhaps blocks under the shins. I like a blanket. Now that Mojo is no longer using it, I can grab it. Ha. And then lay down, make any adjustments. Oh, excuse me. Make any adjustments to lay comfortably. This is your time to rest and fully integrate all of the postures where we install, as my teacher Jürgen says, we install all of the updates of the last 20 minutes or so. Just simply notice your breath. And I'll leave you here in your Shavasana. Please stay for as long as you can, for at least a few minutes. Hope you enjoyed this process. I surely did. Namaste.